Torrey S. 70% of unhelmeted motorcyclists involved in an accident die at the scene of collision. The other 30% end up in the ICU, according to Michael Jones, who is a part of the Division of Trauma and Surgical Care Center in Memphis, Tennessee, in which he stated in the journal Trauma Surgery and Acute Care Open, published on November of 2020. Everyone here has seen a motorcyclist without a helmet. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration should require all motorcyclists to wear a helmet while riding. First, I'll talk about the dangers of not wearing a helmet while on a motorcycle. And second, I'll talk about the solution to reducing motorcycle fatalities. So let's take a look at some negative statistics and dangers of not wearing a helmet. According to Dr. Luke Hoffman, who is a general surgeon in San Antonio, Texas, he stated in the journal Curious, which was last updated in November of 2018, that 54% of motorcyclists do not wear a helmet while riding. They claim that helmets are uncomfortable. Some of these discomforts include claustrophobia, overheating, lack of movement in the head and neck area, and overall just a lot of discomfort. They also claim that motorcyclists want to feel the air against their skin. Whatever the reason is, a little bit of discomfort or feeling of satisfaction should not be the reason a motorcyclist ends up dead in the ICU. EMT Tracy Stencil was found in an interview conducted on December of 2022, and she said that she often refers to motorcycles as donor cycles due to all the injuries and deaths she has seen. She has seen decapitations, amputations, limbs bent in the wrong direction, and overall a lot of death. Deaths have only been seen to have been increasing. In fact, a statistic shown that in 2000, deaths have increased by 55%. There are many different reasons why the deaths are increasing. One of them is advancements in technology. Technology has allowed us to make faster racing motorcycles, also known as crotch rockets. Crotch rockets can reach up to 200 miles per hour and are 4 times more likely to result in a fatality than a regular motorcycle. Also, you can have built-in digital screening in your vehicle, and overall the use of iPhones is another reason why deaths have been increasing. Lack of protection is also another factor in these increasing deaths. According to Allison Kennedy, who's the Director of Government Relations at Advocates for Highway and Auto Safety, she stated in the journal Advocates for Highway and Auto Safety, which was last updated on May 2022, that the outcome for unhelmeted motorcyclists is not a good one. Researchers found that people who do not wear a helmet while on a motorcycle are 2 times more likely to sustain a cervical spine injury or a traumatic brain injury than those who wear helmets. Another statistic shown that cars involved in an accident are only 20% likely to die, while motorcyclists are at an 80% chance likely to die. Now that we took a look at some negative statistics, let's take a look at the solution to reducing these motorcycle fatalities. The solution is simple: wear a helmet. Helmets not only help you physically, but also financially. Motorcycle accidents cost the U.S. $2.9 billion in economic impact and $66 billion in societal harm. The reason for this is that motorcycle accidents have severe injuries. The more severe the injury, the more medical treatment. The more medical treatment, the more medical supplies need to be used. And to get the patient there is very expensive too, either by ambulance or by helicopter. An ambulance costs between $500 and $1,000, and a helicopter is at the bare minimum $10,000. So you can see why there is such high costs. Helmets saved the U.S. $2.7 billion in economic costs. So wear your helmet. Now that we talked about some negative statistics, let's take a look at another way we can reduce motorcycle fatalities. One of these ways is by simply wear the proper helmet. Many motorcyclists claim that they do not wear the proper helmet and that it's uncomfortable. According to Michael Padway, who is the founder of the Motorcycle Legal Foundation and a motorcycle accident lawyer, he wrote in the journal Motorcycle Legal Foundation, which was published on July of 2022, that there are 6 different helmets that motorcyclists mainly use: full face, half face, open face, medular, dual sport, and off-road. Full face and medular are your most safest options and are most commonly used. They provide maximum protection as they protect the top of the head, front, sides, and the back. Other helmets are open face and half face. They are not the safest as they do not provide coverage in the front of your face, but they still provide maximum protection at the top, sides, and the back of your head. But they allow the motorcyclists to feel the air on their skin. Lastly, dual sport and off-road are the last 2 helmets we will talk about. They are most likely used for rough terrain riding, so dirt bike riders use these the most. But if it meets the comfort needs of motorcyclists, it'll be worth it, because a little protection is better than none. First, we talked about the negative statistics and danger behind not wearing a motorcycle helmet. Second, we talked about the solution to reducing these motorcycle fatalities. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration should require all motorcyclists to wear helmets without a doubt. Unless you want to end up like the 7% that die at the scene of collision, it is simple: wear a helmet.